because when Maddie said cut,
Bear with me, guys. It'll work. I promise. Yeah. We were rough. It's so cringy.
Maddie. Yeah, just throw it. That'll be more fun.
I want to get.
And then maybe throw one of these too.
She's our boss. We have to do that.
Oh, I love this. Okay.
Oh, don't sit on your. Okay.
Yeah.
Do it. Be with me, guys. We're all gonna do it.
Okay.
We were
This is The Naturalist. In every episode, we're covering the products, ideas, and trends that are shaping the CPG industry.
Or that we just really like.
You may hear a little bit of background noise because everyone's clamoring to see what's going on over here at the Naturalist recording, so just ignore that. Okay, here we are at Expo West. We are done. We are done. That's a wrap. It's Friday.
Mentally and physically.
Yeah, as you'll see.
What a week, you guys. What a week, right? Yeah. It was special.
Yeah. And it always feels like, oh, we have so much left. And then it's like, oh, well, that was it. We're done.
Yeah. I know. A race to the finish line, too. Like that 2 o'clock.
Yeah, look.
2 o'clock show.
Frozen goods.
You'll
You'll
see products parading past us to the elevator.
What's the expression? The squeaky wheel gets the
Elevator.
gets the worm.
All right, let's recap a little bit.
Yeah.
We had close to 70,000 people here. We don't have the final numbers yet, but we will. We had 3,200 exhibitors and counting 930 first-timers, which is really cool.
That's huge.
That's huge. Yeah, there's so much innovation. We had 2 new pavilions, Conscious Beauty Wellness Beverage Pavilion, and we had a lot of fun.
We did have fun.
Yeah, we did. I had fun. Even I had fun.
What was your favorite part, Bill Giebler?
My favorite part of the whole
Or
thing?
favorite memory? Is it too soon to talk about memories?
No, at the risk of saying this in front of Jessica, really my favorite part might have been the state of the industry the other morning. That was a really great session. Just so much good information, good people on stage, good conversations, good data.
Yeah.
Data. Always like the data. So that was great. It's such a great way to get things flowing.
And I'm actually going to advocate for calling it State of the Industry from now on instead of State of Natural because it sounds like a nudist thing. State of Natural. You said you didn't want to say it in front of Jessica because you didn't want to look like you were,
Yeah, I didn't want to say
because she did.
Yeah.
She did it and she was amazing.
And here I am, like, so nervous. I'm like, what are you going to say? Are we still going to be able to talk?
Just be on camera.
It was actually probably one of my favorite things, too. It was so fantastic. The pacing was great. Michelle Obama, Maria Shriver, Dax Shepard, Ann Weekly. It was fun. It was informative. It was inspiring. It had, like, all the things. And you did it so beautifully.
Oh, you guys think, I think it was so cool to like you said, kick the week off like that and then see a lot of the trends and data points we talked about on the show floor. Yeah. It's the first day of the show in the morning and then it's like, okay, everyone go out there, be amazing, go out on the show floor and like see all of this and really see what it makes it feel really tangible, I think.
And sticking with conference, there were some great panels. I heard so much about the GLP-1 panel. I didn't see that one, but that Todd Runstead did. People just kept coming up to me over the next 2 days talking about that.
And your State of Supplements, which was incredible. There's so much going on in supplements, and you and Erica captured it so well. And the Nexty Awards, where the award winners that Adrienne announced, she was hosting that.
Yeah.
And there was like a lot of conference programs.
Sexual health and hormonal health panel that was really good too.
I like that we pointed out the content that we all led.
And here's something else I did.
Some of the highlights.
Something else
I did was...
Guys, I do think this year people were really starting to connect the dots. All of this content is about what builds our businesses and grows our industry, and then it manifests in products, companies, ideas all on the show floor. So that is...
And it's all circular, right?
Yeah.
that showing up in products is what informs our trends analysis and our data.
Yes.
So it's all this whole back and forth process.
So I actually had a brand come up to me and say, I've been coming for 8 years. I think this is one of the best ones, if not the best one I've ever come to. And I was like, well, what made it so great? What was it? And he couldn't really put it in words, but I think a lot of it was like the community piece, just that magical combination of content, education, vibe, like such a great vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, it rained 2 days this week, but the vibe was still alive.
We were out there on the show floor when we weren't in conference programming. We were seeing a lot of things. We have like a team Trendspotter chat going on.
Yeah.
So we're always seeing ding, 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 like what's coming in, all the new
I believe
products.
it's a task force. Trendspotter task force.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Makes it sound more official.
That's right. Yeah, very official. Very important.
So some of these things that we'll talk about came in from that. Of course, we're looking before we get to the show on Beacon. Mm-hmm. Beacon is a great tool for finding what's new in the industry and all the products. So basically, like not all, but a lot of the products that you'll see on the show floor are in Beacon. So you can trend spot before you get to the show. So some of it was through there, some was, but there really is a magic to just like being there, talking to someone, trying a product for the first time.
Yeah.
Like delicious. I did try for the first time.
You were really
Delicious
pushing those.
is cookie dough on the outside, gelato on the inside. Sorry, sometimes I just want something that's delicious.
No, it was just funny because it was the end of the show
It's
and
like
Jessica came out with a
delicious.
box of these and was like, no, you've got to try. I was like, I've had these before. No, you need to eat one, right?
Because it's going to melt.
Oh, yeah.
I need
And
you.
I'm tired of carrying it.
You said
No, it was very good.
delicious. Okay,
Yeah.
so there were some like just really like fun things to try, but trends wise, I think what we saw on the show floor kind of reinforced some of the things that we've been talking about for a while, which is a good thing. It means we were not extremely off with some of our trend predictions, although that would be fun to look at the things that we predicted and we're like, oh,
We never make mistakes.
forget about that. No, never.
I mean, functional beverages, obviously, like the non-alcoholic beverages. It was cracking me up because, you pick up samples as you go and you're looking at, this is interesting. And I'd have these in my bag and I would run into someone on our team, Wayne, and be like, hey, Wayne, do you want to try? And he would take every single thing.
This is his
like,
first experiment.
Do you want this like functional, non-alcoholic iced tea with ashwagandha and, GABA? And he'd be like, sure.
Oh, yeah.
And that's warm and has been in my bag for an hour. So it's fun to see that excitement, especially from newcomers to the show.
Yes.
The non-alcoholic thing, there was one brand that I was excited about, just right here near the end of the show, Naked Life. And I've seen a few of those. There's a bunch of...
Literally right here.
The
show.
They had a Negroni and a D&T, a gin and tonic.
I was really crushing on all the unsweetened drinks. That's kind of my thing because I'm not into sugar substitutes, but there was the unsweetened, the O's tea cha that was in the Nexties. We had that great brand that was in the Fresh Ideas
Is that
tent.
Bright Life or something?
Bright Life, I think, that is Regenerative Organic Certified as well.
And they were teas. They were sparkling teas, but really great flavor profile.
Yeah.
They had a citrus jasmine, and they had my favorite was just the jasmine tea.
Yeah.
Really crisp, really nice.
And even LaCroix came out with a new flavor. Did you guys try the new LaCroix flavor, unsweetened? It had the sunflowers on the packaging. It was just it was really delicious. It was just a hit.
Yeah.
And a little different from their typical. So definitely I think we're seeing.
Yeah, I was seeing that everywhere.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And you mentioned ROC. We were rocking out.
We were rocking out, especially in Fresh Ideas.
At you, not with.
I could tell. I was like...
So let's talk about all those great ROC products that were in the Fresh Ideas tent.
Rockin'.
Rock.
So we already talked about the Bright Leaf.
Yes.
Did you guys try that jerky?
Yeah, I have a bag of that jerky in my room. And I think that speaks to a lot more meat products, beef and regenerative organic certified meat and dairy, which is, we saw one of the things we talked about in the State of Natural is that incredible increase in growth in the meat and fish and poultry category, as well as the dairy category, which is really driving a lot of food and beverage growth overall. So I think that's interesting, but certainly seeing that those companies launching products in that space are really focused on regenerative.
The sausage from Denver as well, the ROC sausage.
How about those? I don't think they were ROC, but those little cocoa bears. Did you see the coconuts? The refrigerated coconuts. I think they were here last year too. It's it's $10 for 2 coconuts. Pop the straw in. And
he's actually from Louisville or Lafayette, Colorado.
Yeah.
So cool.
So those were tasty. And then you crack it open. It's perforated, so you can crack it open and eat the coconut out of the inside. So those are cool.
Like that. And that, you found that aloe product.
Yes.
So we're definitely seeing these products, and coconut I think has been an example for, a while, but there's other ingredients where the brands are trying to keep them as close to their natural source as possible. So just less processing. And I think that ties, not to keep coming back to meat. Really,
let's keep coming back to me.
I didn't want a burger right now, but no. So I think it's just interesting to see real whole foods and how a packaged product industry is innovating in that. So
it is. Well, and that aloe product, is that where you're going to focus? Tell us about that aloe.
Would you like me to describe it to you in great detail?
Maybe if you could just do it in a quarter of the time you did the first time.
Imagine, it's a Spanish company. They were talking about all these patents they had, and they figured out this formula, and they're actually the largest grower of aloe vera in Europe. It's like a sugar cube sized piece of aloe vera plant that's peeled, and then it's enclosed in wax as if it were one of those little wax cheeses where you pull the 2 tabs. So it keeps it completely kind of sealed to the elements. And then it's topical. So you open it up, you have this little fresh aloe, and you rub it on your face, rub it on your... Yeah, let's try it. Woo! Okay, let's crack it open. This is exciting. Take 2. It's like I'm opening a cheese. All right, ready? Squeezing out. Okay, I didn't do it very well. I promise I did it better.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's amazing. And then,
do you want to know one of my favorite words in Spanish?
Third.
One of my favorite words in Spanish, because it sounds so ridiculous, is cutis. It means your skin, your facial skin. I'm just gonna rub it in.
Is there nothing else? It has it might have a fragrance.
No, this is aloe.
No, it's aloe.
That's just aloe, isn't it? Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Well, you can keep reusing it.
Cool, though.
And when it dries, they said just slice off a little, the outside, and it'll be moist on the inside.
I think what's so interesting is that they were able to, by encapsulating it
right.
that, they were able to really preserve all that moisture and probably all those nutrients that come from this. That is cool.
And you can put it on your cuties.
Okay, so
moving on.
Something else that we saw in beauty.
Oh,
that we
so
love.
cool.
So definitely we're seeing a lot of innovation around sustainable packaging. So in personal care, we've talked about waterless and plastic-free. So often those things are going hand in hand. I think there's I've seen a lot more consumers being willing to use a bar shampoo, a bar conditioner. It's just becoming a lot more common now, which is pretty cool. But this company, Clean Circle, you were you have to see them. We stopped by.
There was so much buzz about this booth.
A lot of buzz. So explain it.
They're eye masks, right, for under eye puffy and for dark circles. And they're made from konjac. And so they actually look like, the under eye masks, and it comes in a canister with various. And then when you're done using it, you just put on hot water and it dissolves.
Just dissolves right into
your sink.
Really?
You don't even need to dispose of it. So I think that's cool because we were talking about sometimes compostable or biodegradable. It's a little bit confusing. The instructions here.
Not every city has the same regulations. Yeah.
I'm taking us out of skincare, and this is not brand new, but I really love what Vital Proteins did with their collagen powder, which
Yeah.
is now in a paper
Oh, did they? I
canister.
didn't see that.
And so that's really interesting to see in supplements. Well, this is in packaging too. I really noticed a trend in taking hydration out of the stick pack and into the tub.
Oh, that made me so happy.
Did you see it too?
Yeah.
I saw Sports Research, Trace Minerals, Transparent Labs. All three had tubs with the scoop
Rather than the
single
single,
stick pack.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the stick pack because you can throw 2 in your gym bag and you can go.
Convenient,
you know.
yeah.
But it was nice to see. So
I found it, and this is going to sound crazy, I found it thrilling. Just to see those multi-use formats, and we saw that in food and beverage too. Petite Pot, for example, they have those cute little individual puddings and whatever, came out with a pint size. So and a paperboard pint size, recycled. So I love that. Then that trend is moving across categories and continues to grow.
Yeah.
And I think now it'll just be figuring out how do we kind of balance that sustainability, a more sustainable way with convenience, because to your point, it is convenient to just throw. So I'll be curious to see what comes next there.
Yeah, then you just scoop it into a plastic bag that you put in your gym bag.
You just scoop it into your water bottle before you go to
I'm
the
just
gym.
kidding.
How about that, right? But it is hard to shift that mindset.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, and making something so incredibly user-friendly, like these skincare products that you just dissolve it, you're taking that piece out of the equation of, they say people don't put things in the right bins, or they don't recycle right, or is it compost, or does the city process that? I mean, you're taking that piece out and just making it incredibly easy, incredibly user-friendly. And what consumer wouldn't want to make that choice if given that option?
And I love, though, a bigger trend that's speaking to, which is just removing the barriers to, for consumers wanting to buy more sustainable products, wanting to buy healthier products. And that can mean a lot of different things. I mean, it can mean that, just making it actually easier. It can mean making it more accessible, making these products available in more places. And I think accessibility and democratizing health solutions is really going to be important for this industry. We talked about that in personalization and wearables, how wearables are starting to democratize personalized health. And Dr. Jeffrey Bland, when I had the opportunity to interview him this week, which was a highlight for me because he's just so brilliant.
Yeah.
He's like, no, everyone is going to be using wearables to identify what they specifically need, which in the past has been something that can be thousands and thousands of dollars, right? So I think that's amazing.
Yeah, and I think it's really we've been saying that personalized nutrition is right around the corner. We've been saying that for about 10 years. And it still might not be right around the corner, but wearables and AI are the two things that could really make that pop finally.
And I think personalization is really more going to be about individuals curating based on their data, curating their product selection based on their data, maybe more than CPG companies developing truly customized products. Because there are so many products out there.
Well, we always pretend that we're aiming for N of 1, where we can figure out exactly what you need and sell it to you. But even if we could figure that out, no one's equipped to have 300 million different varieties, right? Yes. It's really N of 1,000. We'd just find a profile that's similar to or 100,000 other people, right? And if someone can deliver on that, that's still very customized.
Yeah.
We would all three have different formulas, but we're not going to pretend that every formula is a snowflake.
I want your formula.
We are all snowflakes.
We are. Also in supplements, more about supplements. Still seeing mood and mental health is coming on strong. Sleep, of course, that's not new news, but sexual health for sure, and that's something that we talked about in the state of supplements. And we just did a sexual and reproductive health report at NBJ, and so we're seeing that really coming on strong. But and there was one company in particular that I was really interested in. They're called Bond, and they're a year and a half old as a company, and they're already showing at Expo, and I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty.
This is their conception boost. They also had cycle care. They had libido boost, which is for men and women. Most of the SKUs are for women. They had daily balance.
Very cool.
Men. So it's just a lot of great SKUs and they were leading with hormonal health in the booth. It said hormonal health, and so I think that's that's really interesting. And I've seen a couple other brands. I've talked to a couple other brands in women's health that are just at launch and might be here next year, that kind of thing. So just continue to see women's health, hormonal health, sexual health popping in innovation.
Can we talk about just a couple things in food and beverage? I feel like we haven't touched on food and beverage much. Just a couple quick things. So many frozen foods, especially global influences.
Yes.
There were pierogies, there was bulgogi, there was pho, there were kimbaps, ramen, just so many different frozen foods. Oh, the House of Kajana, that the Indian meals. I mean, so many great dishes and frozen and really clean ingredients, kind of like flash frozen, without all those preservatives of yesteryear.
That feels like totally the future of convenience, right? Like multicultural, frozen, clean label.
So great.
I love all of that. These things are getting me, I do not like frozen food, not in the past, and now I'm like, I'll buy all this.
Oh my gosh.
I'll eat this.
So good.
That's dinner right there.
Well, that's such the opportunity with frozen. Is you don't need the preservatives that you can do. Put it on the.
Yeah.
And then, of course, just, really clean, pared down, simple kind of pantry staples, like so many pasta sauces, but just 3 ingredients. Or Heyday Canning had a new product line that's just canned beans, but they're cooked in a broth with a little bit of spices and herbs. So they had just a really incredible flavor, but you could add them to a soup, add them, make hummus, whatever. And so I love seeing those pantry staples still just taken up a notch.
I was talking to a buyer from PCC, and he was like, that's what I'm seeing. And I know we've covered that trend for a while now, elevated pantry, but still, it's chipping away at the average consumer's kitchen, saying we're going to help you do all of these things better, and that's cleaner and it's more delicious and wholesome. Like some of the canned soups we've had recently. I would have spent
the corn soup
hours preparing this.
Right? Yeah. Because that's the great thing about canning. You don't need the preservatives.
Yeah.
Isn't that what I just said about frozen? But it's true. You're right. It kind of works.
So before we sign off, I thought we could do some hot nuggets. Just go around. First word that comes to your mind.
Oh, I'm terrible.
Global influence dairy.
Those are 3 words, but okay. Kelp. Seaweed. 2 words.
Botanical blend.
Mushroom still.
Spice. Heat.
Plastic free.
Let's sign off with our new naturalist symbol.
This is the naturalist, and we're going to rock out.